Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career Mode here on FC24, where we sit in March now after a great February month. We won against Sunderland, we won our simulation against Burnley, we drew against Newcastle 1-1, we beat Brighton 4-1 after they beat us 4-1 in January, and then we went ahead and beat Leeds United 3-0 to end yesterday's episode off. So 4 unbeaten, 5 unbeaten, 6 unbeaten technically in a row. That is great to see. We are finally getting some fine form on us. We sit 13th in the league. We are 13 points off safety, so looking like mid-table area where we kind of wanted to be this season anyway is looking more realistic. We also have FA Cup action against Wigan Athletic, and if we win this game, my personal objective of getting to the quarterfinals is complete. So I wouldn't wait really happen after that. So give me a Big Six club. We'll see if we can beat them. But to kick things off here, we have a scout report over in Iceland and all the other nations as well. Anderson, 1.5 million. We'll go ahead and sign him up. But honestly, I don't think he's going to be good enough. And in fact, my youth academy is completely filled to the brim. So anybody that comes in, they are going to have to be absolutely astounding, or I'm going to have to go ahead and promote somebody, which I think I technically could. Do I want to bring in another goalkeeper? No. And then over to Homeland, England. It's looking like nobody else here is going to be good enough, so we're going to reject all of England there. So kick things off today, straight gameplay against Nottingham Forest, who are currently 9 points ahead of us, sitting in 8th. Let's see if we can get the job done. The same 11 is unchanged because it's working. Ponce, Richie, over the top. Oh, it's going to fall for Ponce nicely! A beautiful turn of events. How'd that fall to Ponce so perfectly? And it's 1-0. I was about to complain about Alves not winning that header. He didn't have to. They did the job for us. And it's 1-0 here for Wakefield. It's Ponce on the score street. Who? Wait, what right here? What happened here? Number 15 won the header. I thought Alves was just going to... Alves was kind of pussing out of it. It falls nicely for Ponce, and he just slots it away into the back of the net. Santos now. Santos trying to slot that into Ponce. Ponce actually a touch away from the defender beautifully. Another touch away from the defender, and he absolutely blasts it into the back of the net. It's 2-0 for Wakefield. Ponce might have just scored a goal of the season contender. A beautiful goal there for Ponce. And he doubles his goal tally. He doubles Wakefield's lead here. And things are turning around. 2-0. Alves. Martins. Quickly. Santos. 3-0. Yes, sir. 3-0 for Wakefield. And Nottingham Forest are in misery. Complete control here. Alves. Ponce. Richie. Still Richie. Santos. Richie! 4-0 against Forest. It's 4-0. And Richie's on the score sheet. And in fact, what 4-0? This is the best performance we've ever had. It's literally the best performance ever had. 5-2 win. Richie got a brace in himself. Santos couldn't get a brace. It was a Ponce and Richie sandwich in between Santos' goal. But we win 5-2 against Forest. Can we carry that over now to Wigan Athletic? Slightly rotated team here against Wigan Athletic. The mid three kind of changes. Jacobson, Fernandez, Morley. Quiroga is on a center mid for Martins. Marquez is on for Watts instead of Guzman. And Gonzalez on instead of Sykes. Let's see what the boys can do against Wigan Athletic. Hansen wins the ball back. He's going to fall into the ground. Afonso's not going to win the... I love EA sometimes. Halftime 0-0. Humphreys, Lopez Pinto, 1-0 for Wigan. They take the lead. Richie gets the ball back. Quiroga, Santos. His first involvement in the game is to level things up here. The big three are back on. Santos, Richie, and Alves. And Martins as well, and Watts. So really, pretty much changed everything we changed in the start of the game. But with Quiroga now on that center mid instead of the new guy, Hansen. Ponce. Back to Alves now. Alves. Oh, massive touch. He's going to have to cut back into Pons, and he finds the back of the net. It worked out perfectly fine. And it's 2-1 for Wakefield. A little bit of a struggle fest here against Wigan Athletic, but the big boys are getting the job done now. Ponce to make it 3. It is 3. The game was over anyway. It was an added time. A 3-1 win. It might not look as dominant of a scoreline that it is, because it definitely was not. It was a grinder for sure. We had to pull out the big guns to get the job done. But we are now into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We'll see what Big 6 team we could face off against. There's a chance we don't even have to face off against any of them. So some results here. Newcastle win as expected. Arsenal win as expected. Same for West Ham and Norwich. So nothing unexpected there. This other one though. Spurs beat Chelsea. I guess. Brighton beating Manchester United is definitely unexpected. And then Man City just winning on penalties is unexpected. Them winning the game is expected. But 2-2 into penalties? Unexpected. So big 6 teams we can face off against is Arsenal, Man City, or Spurs. Other than that, it's Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, or Norwich. So there's a better chance we don't get a big 6 team than one of the other teams. And honestly, I would really only want West Ham, Norwich, or Brighton, in all honesty. We'll find out in a couple of days' time. We get Arsenal in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. A team that is looking to win the league, fighting for a league spot. Their own tournament as well. This is what they love to win. They've won it the most out of any single English side. It's Brighton versus Spurs, Norwich versus Newcastle, Man City versus West Ham. The hope that I even had that a Big 6 team face off against another Big 6 team is also out the window as well. So even if we were to win this, we now have a pretty much 68% chance, 66% chance that we face off against another Big 6 team if they win their game, obviously. When is that game? Because we still play Man City right now. I'm going to go ahead and quick sim that game against Man City. We play Brentford as well. I want to quick sim that game. I want to play against Arsenal. I really do. I'm just going to quick sim Man City and Brentford. We lose against Man City. Expected. Brentford, we lose to. Could have gone either way. Arsenal are currently winning the league with 17 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses. Liverpool only have 2 losses. They are behind them by 2 points there. It's a 3, maybe 4 team race into the top spot there. But Arsenal, Liverpool definitely look like some of the favorites. Aston Villa looking like they are falling off just a little bit. If we could have got Spurs. Spurs were the worst team out of the Big 6 that we could have got. We're 10 points behind Spurs. They do have a game in hand. It's time to take on Arsenal in the FA Cup. This is going to go one way. Either we win in a scrappy fight like normal, or we get absolutely blown out. Let's find out. Guzman, beautiful slide tackle there into Ponce now. Ponce into Richie. Richie's going to get closed down. Fake shot. Second shot blocked. It'll fall for Ponce. It'll fall for Martins. His shot's blocked. It should fall for Richie. It does. Richie now. Can't find Alves. And Arsenal survive once again, and they're going to go into the break happy to only be 0-0. We've been on top of them for sure. Martins just completely fouled, but nothing. Not even an advantage, not even a mention. Ruiz, Martins, Santos onside. Santos to take the lead, and Wakefield are in front here. It's 1-0 to the real team in red and white. Have some of that, Arsenal. Odegaard. Raspadori! It's a beautiful goal. It's 1-1. Richie into Ponce. Is he onside? Yes, he did. It's a poor mistake from the Arsenal defenders. And Ponce is going to look to capitalize on that, and he will. It's 2-1 for Wakefield. 10 minutes left to go. We're back in front. And Ponce might be sending us to Wembley. Raspadori. Sykes did initially well there. The cross is perfect for He goes 2-2. And 5 minutes left to go. We are looking at extra time. Santos into Quiroga. Karoga now crossed in for Ponce. Ponce touch, shot, no, shoot the ball, home goal! Come on! Wakefield have done it! A mistake terribly from the Arsenal players there, and it falls into the back of the net. And it's 3-2 for Wakefield. Ponce messed up, but thankfully Arsenal messed up worse. And Wakefield are going to get a Mickey Mouse trip to Wembley, I should say. Oh, Ramsdale just completely missed the ball trying to clear it. Number 4 trying to touch away from Ponce. It was actually a good idea. He let it go for Ramsdale. Ramsdale caught off his line, caught off his guard, trying to tap it away. And he completely missed the ball, and we are up 3-2 with less than a minute left to go. But Rodrigo can still tie things up here again, and it's still with Rodrigo. His cross is in towards Raspadori. Raspadori now in for Kozo Dewberry. Odegaard now on the ball. Odegaard cross in. Karoga wins the header. Yes, Richie wins the second ball. Handball for us. We'll go and play on, and never mind. Game over. Wakefield win 3-2 against Arsenal. And Arsenal themselves are sending us to Wembley. Round 6. Wakefield win, Spurs win, Newcastle win, West Ham beat Man City. And who do we get in the semifinals? We have a better chance of facing off a team that is not a Big Six quality. But who do we get? We get Tottenham. So we have to take down North London to get to the Wembley final. I mean, there's a real possibility that happens. If we win this, it's Europa League football as well if we win the entire thing. But we have to get through Tottenham, and that's going to have to be next episode. And what a episode that is going to be. Man United, we'll quick past that. We'll play Sheffield United. We'll play Crystal Palace maybe. And we might have to play Luton instead of Crystal Palace. But then Liverpool as well. And then Tottenham in the FA Cup. And then after that, it's a thriller with Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham in a row. In which we'll quick sim all those and play against West Ham, Bournemouth, and possibly the FA Cup final. So leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.